You gotta stop pissing on the floor, Bouphe. It's becoming a fucking problem.
No, I don't want. I do what I want.
She doesn't even pick a corner either. She just uses all of them.
I'll just sit here quietly. I'm just. Let's face it. I'm just the eye candy. You don't need me to say anything. I'll just sit here looking sexy as fuck.
I mean,
Lydia is my trophy wife.
Considering this is a podcast, I definitely have a face for a podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Theme for this week's episode, which is hobbies and interests. This pretty much covers anything to do with things that we enjoy. Like, it's just super duper broad. I feel like we're still in early days, so we are really excited to get to know each other, and as if we don't know each other, but get to know each other more. I feel really bad for Tom because the older I get, I don't know about you guys, but the older I get, the more grotesque my likes with like interior design and like appearance get. I've
noticed. The shit you like is horrible.
I've actually regressed because I've got my own place and I was like, this is gonna be Fairy Palace, like, let's go.
Yeah.
That's cute.
My house was very 70s. I had the brown curtains, brown velvet curtains up, brown flowery curtains, and that mural wallpaper that was like a a scene, like a sunset.
Stop it right
and
now.
And like brown orange like rugs and the
oh
crocheted,
my goodness.
Like I would crochet things and
that's
put
too
that
much.
There. You just can't keep it up though, because everything from like 40, 50 years ago starts falling to bits.
And smells like piss, as we established.
It does smell like piss, but that's fine.
Yeah,
that's normal in my house.
Yeah. You gotta stop pissing on the floor, Bouphe. It's becoming a fucking problem.
No, I don't want. I do what I want.
She doesn't even pick a corner
That's
either.
my
She just
hobby.
uses all of them.
At least you have like a theme. My house is just crack den. I guess that can be a theme.
Your house is not crack den.
It says no theme. It's just old and falling apart.
way-
and there's wood
the way
lights
that-
everywhere.
Honestly, the way that Lydia, before I came to her house, she texted me and she was like, by the way, when you come over, it is vile. It is going to stink of piss. It is surrounded by filth. It is the most disgusting house. So I was fully preparing. I was like, okay, this is going to be vile. It is a normal house, Lydia. Your house is a normal
be vile.
house.
The first time I went to Lydia's, it was her old flat. And she opened the door and said, I'm sorry, it smells like shit. Pam just took a big shit. Oh no, wait, was it Hastings that had taken a big shit the first time? Because I don't think you had Pam.
Oh yeah, the second time. Yeah, because you came around when she was a baby for the second time.
She did fart a lot. Though.
She was farting, and then they both took a dump when you got there, and it was like, I'm so sorry.
That's
They're
the
just
effect
trying to
Bouphe
like
has on
assert their
people.
dominance.
And you couldn't open the windows because they would get out. So it's just
Oh my gosh!
stinky hellhole.
This is what I mean. I live in a horrible place.
Is that what you were
right?
preparing me for then?
Yes.
Well, speaking of painful piss lingering in the air, my very first question, and I'm so excited because I feel like there's probably going to be some really weird answers to this, but that might just be because I'm wild. But do you, or have any of you, had any dangerous hobbies?
So basically, when I was in school for art, we used like all different mediums. Oh, I would burn myself with hot glue every single time.
Hot glue is
If you give
horrible
me
too.
the opportunity to burn myself, I'm doing it. And hot glue is the worst because then it's also stuck to you and burning.
Yeah.
We used a lot of X-Acto knives. Oh, got cut with those plenty of times. Paper cuts, getting burnt on other things. Those big slicers that you use.
The guillotines.
Yeah, the guillotines, but for paper. All of those. And then
They're literally called guillotines.
Yeah, they're literally
Are they?
called guillotines.
Yeah.
I didn't
At
know
least
that.
Like in school, it was like, come over here and use the guillotine.
Yeah.
Everybody come and use the guillotine.
Oh, I took any opportunity to use it, but I also, of course, I just got injured on just about everything there. The hot glue is the worst, though.
Did you guys in science class? Did you have the little the gas what's it called tap on your desk? So you'd put it on full blast and get a lighter and light it and try and
No,
I didn't do that.
No.
Okay, fucking outsiders over here.
We know Lydia's answer now. Lydia is an arsonist.
I never did. How bizarre.
Lydia's like, my most dangerous hobby is arson.
My most dangerous hobby is my own boredom.
It wasn't a hobby.
That
It
was
was
good.
just something we did in class because I went to a pretty rough school. So like, though, you know, just like setting the Bunsen burners on fire and stuff was like, just
Yeah, you like
standard,
fuck
really.
around with the Bunsen burners to see what happens for sure. But
Yeah,
like,
that's a great dangerous
causing
idea.
a gas explosion, Lydia.
It's
Oh my
a cheeky
goodness.
hobby. Just a cheeky hobby.
It's a little crazy there.
Is UK schools basically like the UK version of Skins? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
People do
would-
drugs, lots of them, and dress up in the uniforms
I mean,
and
yeah.
then bully some people. And then there's that
Yes.
one really hot guy, Tony Stoneham, and that's about it.
Yeah,
That's
he was
all I
at my
can
school
gather.
too. Yeah.
Oh my god, I would die for Tony Stoneham.
It's like the skirts got shorter and shorter.
True.
And there would be
Oh, yeah,
people
rolling
The
them
ties
up
got
and stuff.
shorter as well. My ties
Yes!
all the way up here.
Yes, we
Oh
had
my gosh.
and like when you're in year 7, which is the first year of secondary school, you have it long because you're like, I'm just trying to, you know, make my mama proud. And then by year 11, which is the last, it's like this big, and you've taken a needle and picked out all the threads to make
Yeah.
patterns
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
because
yeah,
you're
yeah.
such a badass.
Such a sick
What the
man.
hell is this? This
And
is
the
like some
backpack.
sort of crazy alien dimension I don't
That's
understand.
the UK. That's the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, baby.
The backpack got smaller. Year 7,
Yeah.
you'd have a massive
Yes!
backpack which you could fit everything into, and by year 11, you had a tiny little purse. Or
And you knew
like a tiny
someone was
handbag.
hard when they didn't bring it back to school. They just had that pocket.
Yeah.
They were hard.
I mean, we
Seven.
kind of had that too, yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's like, and I was still using my big backpack in year 11.
All
You had to
very
put all your
interesting.
rocks in it.
So we've deduced
choice.
that Lydia is probably the most dangerous person in this group.
Yes.
Just because I set a few things on fire at school does not make me a dangerous person.
That is the most arsonist statement I have heard in my entire life. Right, I have another question for you guys.
Okay.
What hobby do you wish you had?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh!
Being rich.
Yeah.
Having money.
Heroin, another great hobby.
No.
If I could do anything though, I'd play the fucking banjo. Like,
Fuck
Devil Went Down to Georgia
Yeah.
style. God, I would love to play the fucking
God.
banjo. I would love to know how to play the banjo just like crazy style.
My
God, I would love to.
my stepdad learned how to play the banjo like really late into his life, and my stepdad is the most crazy looking guy ever. Like he is huge ex-rugby player, broken nose, grey hair, fucking huge beard, and he learned it late in his life just so that when we would go on camping trips he'd get it out and just play it gently
Yeah,
in the
hell
background
yes.
for hours, and it was just the fucking best. I have scoured the web for the weirdest hobbies that I could find, and I want to know if you would do these hobbies. So number 1, off the grid people, where your whole life is dedicated to being separate from society.
I'm gonna say no. Just no. Fuck that. You do not. I mean, you don't have like, you don't have plumbing.
Nothing.
Like you have to shit in a bush. Yeah,
No.
no thanks. No electricity. Fuck that. Just look at books in the daylight. Weep at night. Shit in a bush. No thanks.
I'd say at this point in my life, no.
No.
But maybe when I was like when I was starting college, I might have said yes, because I was just like living at home and I was just so ready to be anywhere except for my house. So I would have been
huge.
like, I don't want to see anyone. But now, no, I wouldn't do it.
But how would
I
how
think-
would you talk to men on the internet? That would have been the only thing that mattered to me as a teenager.
Smoke
I
signals.
didn't talk to anybody. I
Smoke
could have.
signals.
I basically was already doing it.
Next one is the classic bird watching.
Yes!
Yes. Fuck yes.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of fun. But what about plane
Yeah.
watching?
Fuck no.
What's the difference between a bird and a plane?
Boba doesn't even like birds. She's like, things that fly, fuck it. I'm not into
Never
that
even
shit.
seen a bird before. How am I supposed to watch it?
There's no birds in America. No flowers. No birds.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't have an interest in watching birds. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
they're
kinda
cool.
Like
But
birds?
there's like, what, 9 different kinds of them? Won't it get boring after that?
9 different.
Birds.
Birds are nice. I think birds are nice, but I'm not going to spend all of my free time
boring.
staring at birds.
Don't
What do
you
mean
get
they're boring? They're all saying
sunburn
hell
if
yeah.
you're looking at them too? You gotta be outside.
No,
I
there's
burn
not
in like a
saying
second.
You can wear sun
But the
cream.
reason I'm interested in it is because it's like I'm in a nice forest. Maybe I've got a little like thermostat of wine, and I'm
Cute.
only half really watching the birds, but I'm actually more having a fun forest adventure. So I think that's actually why I think yes, it's
True.
more the forest adventure
Yeah.
rather than the birds.
And then we find Lydia like 2 days later passed out in a ditch with a little thermos.
And
And
the
the forest is
completely
gone.
empty.
It's burnt to the
forest is
ground.
on
Half-eaten
fire.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Some half-eaten mushrooms in her hand.
Just clutching a pair of
She's
binoculars.
Competitive duck herding.
Yes.
I want to say yes. Are you just
I
running
don't
at ducks?
like animal cruelty.
You're just
if I
hurting
see someone hurting a duck, I don't want to watch that.
I don't think it's hurting, it's
That's
herding.
sick.
Oh, you're making a joke. Would you do this weird hobby? Twitch streaming.
Ooh,
No.
no, fuck no. I've got more self-worth than that, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
It seems horrible, like a horrible quality of life, to be honest.
What an existence
because
that would
I'm not desperate, you know.
Mhm.
There
Right.
was actually a job in, I think it was in the Roman Empire. Let me just Google this. The accepted role in Roman society in which a person could live off the hospitality of others in return for flattery, simple services, and a willingness to endure humiliation. So basically,
Same.
Twitch streaming.
That's amazing. Let's make that a career.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a career. We're Twitch streamers.
Yeah, true. True.
So what do? They live off other people's stuff, but they tell the people that they're amazing and stuff, and then they
Yeah.
live off
Yeah.
their things.
Yeah.
It's like you get put up in like a hotel that someone owns or something, but they also get to call you a dumb bitch and ask you
And you have to tell them they're very
stupid
handsome.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right,
that's it. That's
okay.
literally
Yeah.
Twitch
Influencer.
streaming.
It's being an influencer. You go, right, I am going to go stay at this hotel for free. I'm going to play this game for free. They have given me this code, and it's an amazing game. Oh my god, it's a brilliant game. And the game calls you a stupid bitch. Like,
Yeah.
just that's the game.
Hmm.
The game is being a stupid bitch on Twitch. And that's the game.
I think that's a perfect
That's-
way of describing your career, Bouphe. I'm really glad you see it that way. What is a weird hobby that you had as a child?
When I have 2 weird ones.
Okay.
When I was very, very little, to where I don't remember, my mom likes to tell everyone my hobby of I would collect lint and roll it into a big ball and carry it around everywhere with me, and I called them fuzzy dens. And my grandfather's favorite story to tell is he took me to the department store in the mall, and I reached my arm up in this coat that was very furry, and I just pulled out a whole bunch of lint, and he said my eyes just went really wide, and I went, big fuzzy den, and then I just carried it with me everywhere.
That's adorable.
So
That is really cute.
And then when I was in grade school, I would wish, and I've told this on stream before, I don't know if you've ever seen Indian in the Cupboard, but I would wish every birthday, every star, every opportunity I could wish that I could have tiny people of my own to take care of. And I would build these houses out of everything I could find. Like, I'd cut socks up for clothes, and I'd make these little, like, cardboard houses, and I'd wake up every morning hoping to see little people in them.
That is
Why is
so
Boba so
cute.
fucking cute?
So
Like, this is not
adorable.
fair. When
Cutie.
we already know what Lydia's weird hobbies
Just arson.
are.
Just
I just
fire.
wanted my own little borrowers or my own little magic cupboard for. My grandmother collected Archie comics, and so they had like little paper dolls in them too of like Betty and Veronica and everybody. So I'd cut them out and put them in the house, and then I'd be like, I wish for them to come to life, and then I'd wake up the next day and hope that they were there.
I'm super inspired by. I had a conversation with OC a couple weeks ago or last week, And OC said that right now she is interested in nuclear waste. That is something that she has been reading about and she is interested in it. So I'm wondering, what is something weird that if you told other people, they'd be like, huh, okay, and maybe a few people would find it interesting. What is something that you're currently interested in?
Like, me and Rosie have a very morbid curiosity and things, so like, I'm thinking, I do have a book on Chernobyl that I'm going to give her. Like, just see if she wants that, because...
You and your nuclear fucking waste, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. So, there's... Every night before I go to bed, I do one thing that I don't tell anybody, which is I go to the popping subreddit. I do not look at cysts or pimples or anything like that, but I will look at the blackheads sometimes,
I love blackhead
and that's it.
I love blackhead.
I know, I hate it so much, but I'm just like... I hate it. I will not watch any of the other ones, but I'm just... Those are the only ones.
Literally
And I think it's more like... It's like a weird, like... I don't know. And I hate it, and I hate it.
That's what what I like. I'm like,
I can't watch any of the very, very gross ones. I will not click on anything except for Blackhead, because the other ones are fucking disgusting.
I'm the same.
Those are gross.
And I'll watch it with Tom, and Tom will be like, oh, click on that one that looks crazy. And I'm like, no. Sometimes we'll be like, we'll like kiss or something, which is so gross, first of all.
Ew.
But then like we'll pull out and I'll be looking at him and he'll be like, you've spotted a blackhead, haven't you? I'm like, yeah. I really want to pop that right the fuck now.
Pop that bad boy.
I feel like now is the time to tell you everything about me is actually fake. I have been surgically enhanced to be the perfect woman.
Well, why do you look like that then?
Did you
botched?
Did she do it wrong?
He's gone into the world's worst woman.
Botched surgery.
Just entirely botched. The whole thing.
Right, fuck you bitches, we're moving on.
Blind.
No, fuck you bitches, we're moving on, because...
Did I tell you, my mom, I would get her this... I worked at Starbucks and I would make her this very specific coffee because she's just very anal about things. So I would make her this coffee and it had a certain amount of pumps of one flavor, a certain amount of pumps of another flavor, and a certain amount of espresso shots in it. And I had a boyfriend that I met online when I was in college, and I went to go out to see him, and my mom said, as soon as you get there, you have to text me. So I did. And I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm fine. And she goes, what kind of coffee do you make for me?
That's cute!
Amazing.
And I was like, this is the coffee. And she goes, okay, you aren't murdered yet.
Cute.
Oh, that's great.
Bye! I don't know how to end this.
Bye, guys. Love you. Bye.